Now let's talk about a Tea Party survey happening, a newly released nationwide survey finding that General Electric's favorability rating dropped by more than 30% after people learned that the company supported President Obama's policies. Most specifically, we'll talk about cap and trade and health care are at the heart of this survey. Now we're learning that Tea Party activists are willing and able to punish companies that lobbied for Obama, like GE and Johnson & Johnson. Here to explain this, Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli. So if that wasn't exactly clear to folks, what Dick Armey and FreedomWorks want to do is to ask people, how do you feel about GE? How do you feel about Johnson & Johnson? Then they came back and asked the same question. If I told you they supported the Obama policies, now how do you feel about these companies, and what did they find out?
Right. Well, this poll was conducted by two groups, the National Center for Public Policy Research and FreedomWorks. And here's the deal. Businesses are in a collision course with Tea Party activists. Remember, Tea Party activists are for limited government. That was the message that they sent to our politicians during the midterm elections. So clearly they are influential with this. And the poll was conducted to educate consumers, especially conservative consumers, that there are companies who are pushing Obama's big government agenda, which is against Tea Party activist values.
And specifically, I think the policies we're looking at involve cap and trade and health care specifically. What's the hope here of a group like FreedomWorks, Dick Armey's group? Is it that they can then educate the consumer and therefore put pressure on a corporation not to support democratic policies?
Well, here's the thing. You have consumers who are for limited government. GE, for example, is supporting cap and trade legislation. Cap and trade was going to cause energy costs to go up. Consumers can now, now that they're educated, they don't have to purchase GE's products if they're against their values. Johnson & Johnson, for example, was promoting Obamacare. You have states that are suing, and you have companies that are looking for waivers. So how's that working out for them? But when consumers are educated, then they can vote with their wallet and not buy these products because they are against their core values.
Boy, there's a lot of leaps to be made there, Deneen, okay? GE and Johnson & Johnson are huge corporations.
Absolutely.
You're asking the average Joe consumer to not only think about what policies these companies support, but most importantly, they have thousands of diversified brands, probably hundreds of thousands of products. That's a very long leap to make that the consumer could be that educated.
But there are other products on the market that consumers can purchase if they are within their values. Why would you buy products that are, going to pay and lobby against your core beliefs? Well, this is what we're doing, and this is what this poll demonstrates. The numbers were staggering, especially Johnson & Johnson, who has, baby products, and they're so concerned about their core image. Their numbers plummeted like 50 points. Based on conservative voters' feedback when they found out that they supported Obamacare, which is a toxic policy and it's not good for our country.
This is very interesting because typically it's the corporations with all the power, so theoretically the Tea Party wants to put that power back in the hands of
the Tea Party movement. Don't be denied by the, it's very influential, again, the midterm elections, but consumers are aware, they're being educated, they're taking action. It's more of us versus them.
That is certainly interesting. Deneen Borelli from the Project 21, also a Fox News contributor. Clayton, Ainsley, what's